Today's episode of From the Cellar, we have some Oregon Chardonnay from the 2013 vintage. And I'm specifically focusing on Goodfellow family, one of my personal favorites in the Valley. I also think one of the best Chardonnay producers in the Willamette Valley. Now, Marcus Goodfellow has been making wine in the Willamette Valley for a long time, since the early to mid 90s. And if I'm correct, the 2013 vintage was the first year he actually officially put his name on. In the past, his label was Metello, but this was, from what he said, the first time he felt confident to actually put his name behind the wines. And the 2013 vintage was kind of an odd duck in that there was a tsunami that had hit Japan. It was racing across the ocean. So you had people pick before and after the rains. So the wines sometimes have had like a little of a Jekyll and Hyde sort of personality to them. Uh, but I've been really impressed with Marcus's 2013s over the years. These are my last two bottles from my collection, so let's get right into them. So the first one we have is the Richards Cuvée, which is coming from the Ribbon Ridge area in the Willamette Valley. So we're playing with some altitude on these, and this is about 300 to 400 feet of elevation. Not high elevation for the Willamette Valley, but at least enough to create a little extra tension. Let's get right into it. There's still some sort of flinty reduction. So when I say reduction, that's that sort of matchstick flavor that you'll sometimes smell, and it's really used as a preservative for the wine, and that's still here, but uh, it's not a dominating flavor. And there's a lot of sort of lemon peel, apples, quince, a bit of peach, bosque pear, a little bit of custard and vanilla bean. I cannot wait to taste this. So that's really silky on the palate, and the acid is integrated beautifully. I think the nose is is a smidge more fresh than the palate. I was getting a little too much sort of nutty flavors that indicate that this bottle might be a smidge past it, but hey, we're talking like 10 years on Chardonnay, so that's still really impressive. People in the Willamette Valley are only just starting to hit their stride on Chardonnay. So Marcus was making these, what, a decade plus ago? It's holding up, and the color is great. It's a really, really enjoyable wine. All right, and our second of two wines is coming from the Durant Vineyard in the Dundee Hills. Now, Durant would arguably be maybe an Oregon Grand Cru. Personally, I don't really always like saying those sort of comparisons, but Durant Vineyard is in my opinion, one of the best vineyards, and I love what Marcus does from it. He really kicks a lot of butt and really just finds a way to really, really express the wines from it. Let's get right into it. Now, this is seeing a slightly lower elevation. The elevation is ranging from 250 to 400 on this, but really the volcanic soils are, I think, going to be the driver of this. So I cannot wait to give this a try. Yeah, there's so much freshness on the nose. That sort of like flinty reduction I noted on the Richards Cuvée here, but less. Really expressive. This Meyer lemon, sort of oil essence, a lot of lime, salinity, peach, nectarine. This is really firmly in those orchard fruits, with just like a little bit of custard and vanilla, maybe like in the meringue. I'm liking this. I'm liking it a lot. This to me is just like a crystal clear Chardonnay on the nose, and it's really, really lovely. I cannot wait to try this. Wow. That's holding up beautifully. Really beautifully. The acid is just integrated perfectly. It's just seamless across the palate. Textured, balanced, great medium body, great length. That's killing. That is killing. Look, you can't really find these per se, but what you do is you buy them young and then you just hopefully have patience, or in my case, forget about them for a while. But I think these are showing great as to what Oregon can do with Chardonnay. And if you're not getting down with the Oregon Chardonnay right now, you got to change that. So much good stuff is happening. We've checked out some ones with age on them, and let me tell you, they are aging at a glacial pace. These are not Chardonnays that are really looking to drop off anytime soon. So I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. 2 wines from the cellar. This is what I do, and I love to show you how these wines age. And I got both of these for like $35 years ago, and he hasn't really raised prices. So really be on the lookout for his wines. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I know I did. Be sure to hit that like button and absolutely be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.